Hello, all of my little interns. First of all, I want to send my love my love to Dr. Zimmerly and her family. Hope that your son-in-law is doing better and everybody's okay. Praying for you and thinking about you all the time. Okay, so let's get to what this video is about. This is task 2, and I have created a Powtoon. And in the Powtoon, I'm going to focus on metacognitive strategies. My name is Stacy Atwood. I'm a kindergarten teacher at Jimmy Brown Elementary, and my content is all areas. I cover all areas. I have 19 students. Okay, so since I created the Powtoon, I wanted to tell you what a Powtoon was. A Powtoon is an animation, a creation that you put together, and the students can do it too. Older students can make their own Powtoon, and it was a lot of fun to make. You can use the Powtoon for anything in your classroom. You can use it for a little character, like you can make a character for all of your students, and it could be a cartoon for that particular student, and the light bulb can go on, and you could just use it as animation or just to engage your students. But this particular one I created for the classroom, I wanted to pretend like I was teaching a new content, a new area, a new standard, so I created a Powtoon. A real quick one just to introduce the subject of metacognition. So I'm going to play this for you, and then I'll talk about it at the end. As I would introduce this, it's the fun 5 facts about metacognition by Stacy D. Atwood. And this would kind of be a fun interactive PowerPoint. And then I'm explaining what metacognition is. It's thinking about your thinking, is what I would tell my students. One way you can do that is, how did I remember that last? And this depicts a classroom, and the teacher is posing a question and getting the students to think about it. On this next frame is what metacognition is not. It's not being passive and just sitting there and not thinking about your thinking. Even at the kindergarten level, I have my students, I ask them all the time, how do you know that? How do you know that? And this is the way I can teach that to them. And it's also good for transferring knowledge from one subject area to another. You can do that. That's another way you can teach metacognition strategies. One way in which us teachers can do that is we can ask our students deeper questions. One way you can use that in the Powtoon to teach the metacognitive strategies, that's a tongue twister, is to pose questions on the board all the time, and you can always ask them, how do you know that? Just, justify your answer. And say, how did you learn that last time? Which we come into that a lot. Like I'll have a student, they'll learn a sight word, but next week they can't get the sight word. I'm like, well, what did you do last time? And they're like, well, me and Mom wrote it down every night. I'm like, well, that's how you learn it, so let's do that way again. It's just a strategy to do that. But through Powtoon, it's just a technology to make it funner. It's one step beyond a PowerPoint presentation, because to me it gets the imagination quicker, especially for my kids because they're younger kids. They really pay attention to the cartoonish characters rather than just a wordy PowerPoint presentation. For, like I said, the lower levels, this can be really entertaining in my classroom. But I can teach new subjects. I can get their attention and engage them back in something that I'm teaching. Or I can put up the character with the brain symbol above it, the light bulb in the brain, and get them to think and teach different strategies. Like right now in our literacy, I'm trying to get them to have different strategies to learn how to decode certain words. And I'm like, how did you decode it last time? So that's another strategy in which I'm helping my students. Let's see. Is there any other questions I did not cover? But that's how the tool can be used in the classroom, and how you can use it, and why should you use the tool. Really, more than anything, it's just a lot of fun. And we need all the help we can get with engaging our students. It's hard to engage our students when they're so used to using technology all the time and getting their answers quick. And to teach them the metacognitive strategies, to think about their thinking and figure out what works for them. If we can use this Powtoon as a tool to do it with, we should really get on board. One more time, I want to send my love to Dr. Zimmerly and her family. I'm thinking about you and praying for you. Hope everything works out. Bye-bye. Thank you.